logo. Hey everyone, it's Kathy Champion, and you're back here on my YouTube channel, Kathy's Random Acts of Stampin'. I'm going to give everybody a few minutes to filter in, and hopefully we'll get some people that will come in, because we got something really exciting today that I can't wait to show you. All right, I see my moderator is here. Jennifer's here. All right, I'm seeing some people coming in, so I'm going to transition over. Hey Randy, how are you? Good to see you. I'm hoping, I'm going to give everybody a few minutes. I did not post this on Facebook this morning because Jennifer had called me a little bit earlier and she wasn't sure if she was going to be available, so I kind of held off for putting it out there on Facebook. But I am hoping that some people will pop in. Maybe I'll go to Facebook and just make an announcement that I'm live, and maybe that will help filter some folks in. So let's try that and see what happens. Hopefully this will help. Oh, thank you, Randy. That's great. I'm glad that you shared it. And I'm hoping that by me going over and telling everybody on my Facebook group that I'm live, we'll get some more people to come in. All right, I just got that posted, so hopefully that will bring in a few more people. I should have posted that earlier, but anyway. Hey Margie, so Margie's here. So good to see you. Well, I see your name. Y'all see me, I see your name. It would be so great one day where we could all see each other and talk to one another, and that is possible via Zoom, but I have not got brave enough to venture out to a Zoom live yet. So I'm going to go ahead and show you. I'm going to transition over to my craft table, and we'll just do a little chit-chatting until we get a few more people to filter in. But this is what we're going to be working on today. And this is a shaker card. So cute. And this is done using a set from Stampin' Up called Gumball Greeting and the Gumball machine dies. And this card literally was done with the dies. I don't think I did any stamping on this one. Today we're going to use the stamp set as well. I always do a sorry about that, Jill. My doctor's office is calling me. That's okay. They'll leave a message and I'll call them back. But anyway, I usually do a photo type card first, and this was it. And I love this little gumball. The dies actually make this little slot. These do not come out, so they're very safe for your children, grandchildren, or what have you. I showed this to my granddaughter this morning, Autumn, and she was like, Gammy, you got to make me a gumball machine. I want a gumball machine. So that was that was definitely a little bit different, a different type of card, but I could feel safe giving this to her because there's no moving parts. Yes, a small child could easily take this apart and get these out, but these are not edible. They are actually the little, these are sold by Stampin' Up! Too, and they're just little frosted beads. They are so super cute. Aren't those adorable? And you get quite a few in a pack. I am going to wait just, okay, we got Karen. Hey Karen, it's good to see you again. Yes, thank you. I think the one I'm going to do today is going to be even better than this one because I'm actually stamped the stamp and then cut it out, and it gives us a little bit more depth, but I love that silver piece on it, so I'm going to actually glue this over top of it, but we're going to get to that in just a minute. What I want to do first, and I just think gumball machines need to be red, although I did stamp one and embossed it black on white because I love black and white. I just think it's so pretty. But I'm going to take y'all step by step on how to build a shaker card. Shaker cards can be very intimidating by so many people. And I need to send one message and let some other people know. Margie, did you get the notification? I'm just wondering if my notifications, or did you see it on Facebook? I'm thinking that sometimes people do not get my... they don't get the notifications. I know this one person doesn't get it, so I usually try to let her know that I'm live. And I know everybody can't. Oh, there's Alicia. Alicia, how are you? All right, so I am going to go ahead, since we got a few in here. If people come in a little bit late, then we will... they'll just have to go back and watch the beginning of this. This is going to run over a little bit, and I know Jennifer's got to leave to run an errand. So, hey Beverly, I am going to look away from the chat because y'all know I get so distracted when I'm trying to watch the chat, and do this. But this stamp set is a photopolymer stamp set. It is a nice big pieces. I'm not going to use this stamped piece right here today because we're going to use the little shaker domes, and they come in a little box like this, and they're sort of like the cloche dies. You remember, or the cloche domes. Remember the little ornaments I made for Christmas? This is the same principle, but it fits over your card like this, and you can make this beautiful little shaker card by incorporating these little domes. And you get 10 of these in a box, and they are perfect for making these cards. But the first thing you're going to need to do is pull your dies, and you're going to need to cut your little shaker out before you do anything else. So we are going to do that together. So I think I'm going to start off with a card base that is white, and my card base here measures 8.5 by 5.5, and I scored it at 4 1/4. Alicia, I sent you in your email all of the links and everything because Alicia is also a moderator, but Alicia has never done this, so we have her as a moderator in training. So if you will go to that email, you can pull your email up and you can see all of the links, all of the measurements, and all you have to do is copy and paste. So just wanted to let you know that it's there if you decide you want to try dropping in a link. I think if you do it once, you'll find out it's very, very easy to do. I'm going to go ahead and score this card base. It looked like it was just a little bit off, and I find out that if I do my entire card, it lays much better. So what I did is I cut a panel, and this is where we're going to cut our dome out of. I cut a panel that's going to fit right in the middle, and this is 3 inches by 5 and a half. So 5 and a half by 3 inches. And what I want to do, the bottom of your gumball machine is wider than the top. So you want to lay this onto your piece. I'm going to move my card over here because I need to work with just this one piece of material. And I'm going to get my cut and emboss machine out, and I'm going to center this, but I'm going to bring in, you can cut this first, which is a good idea, because then you can pretty much get a better idea of where you need to put your opening. Yes, Jen? Okay, Jennifer's letting me know that I did not put numbers for the cardstock, and I was in a big hurry trying to get this all together. So I will have all of that in the description below this video as soon as it's over. So just bear with me. This is our basic black, and this is Poppy Parade. So I did this one a little bit different. If you noticed on this one, the red is much deeper, and this is because this one is real red and this is Poppy Parade. So when you show them next to each other, you can definitely see the difference. And I just wanted this one to be a little bit lighter for a couple of reasons. I wanted to stamp on this one. So I'm going to center this up right about here. And I need to decide if I want to put my sentiment to the bottom or the top. I think I'm going to go about up just a little bit, and I'm going to bring this die down because remember, it's going to tuck underneath there, just like that. So now that I know that I've got that about where I want it, I'm going to even it up, and I'm going to grab one of my little post-it flags. Make sure that top is nice and even. And this is probably the hardest part of this card, is just getting everything lined up on it. So I'm going to put this right about here. That looks really good. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Nobody will see this. I'm going to make myself a pencil line. Just like that. I don't even think you can see that. Yeah, there it goes in the light. You can see it. That's the good thing about pencil. The lead kind of shines when the light hits it. Now I know that I can put this right over top of there. And I'm going to go ahead and tape that down. I'm going to tape it on both sides. And we're going to die cut this. And keep in mind, y'all, that through the end of the month, you can get the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine at 20% off. So instead of it being $60, you can get it for $48. So that's a great time if you're in the market for that little machine. I always say, yes, if you, oh, I'm missing one of my plates. I need my adapter plate. I had that off earlier because I was embossing, and I had taken that adapter plate off, and I forgot to put it back together when I took it apart. I didn't put it back together once. And y'all see what I did right there? I put my die on my plate, on my cardstock upside down, and I cut into my top plate. But it's okay because this is acrylic and you can get cuts in it, and it's okay. It's not going to hurt it. This machine cuts so good, so easy. I just cannot sing the praises enough. You know what I should have done? I should have went ahead and cut that other piece. No, I'm not going to cut that out of this. I need to cut another piece out of a scrap. So it's a good thing I didn't do that. Please excuse my raspiness. The allergies are starting to kick my butt. And I deal with this every year. this time of the year, the allergies absolutely kill me. So this is going to be the piece that we're going to pop our little dome in, that we're going to fill up with our little beads. But we're not going to do that just yet. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to set this over because I know I'm not done with it. So I'm just going to, I got a little pedestal over here that I set that up on. Makes it really nice and easy. The which machine, Beverly? The small one or the big one? I'm not familiar with the Spellbinders die cut machine, but if you're talking about the little one, hang on a minute and I'll pull it and show it to you. Y'all excuse me, I'm in my sweats and t-shirt today. I didn't feel like getting dressed up. This is the small machine, and you have a plate that is, I believe it's 3 inches, 3.5 inches, 3 3/4 inches. So you have a cut base here of 3 3/4 inches, which is a nice size for a mini machine. And it's just like the big one, it's just smaller, it's not as heavy. This is great to travel with. If you were going on vacation and you're like me, I actually go through withdrawal when I leave my craft room for any period of time. It's like, I just need to go home. I need to get back to my crafting. But I'm thinking sometimes I need to travel with my stuff, you know? But you get all the plates that you need to do everything that the big one will do. I'm going to take these apart and show them. Is that what Beverly was asking? All right, with this machine, you have your #1 plate, and then you have 2 #2 plates. So I have my cut plate that I always use as my cut plate, and then you have your, let's see, I don't use this one that often. These are your 2 embossing plates. This is for your regular embossing folder. This is for your 3D embossing folder. So 3 and 4. You don't have a die plate adapter like you do on the large one. Let me shoot something through here real quick just to show you how it cuts. I'm going to grab a scrap, and I'm going to grab one of my little, well, that's not going to fit through there. Let's see, I got a scrap up here. This will fit. That will fit. And there's quite a few dies that does work with this machine. But I do want you to know you're going to be limited. Some dies will not fit through here, and some of your embossing folders will not fit through here. But in the catalog it does show you, and you can see that it does cut. It's not as heavy a machine, so it does give you the same cutting as the big one. Cuts it out beautifully. So there would be, I didn't center that up on there, so it's a little crooked, but if you were just needing this piece, it would be perfect. So, I mean, it is a great machine, and you have these embossing folders like this. These are your stripes and splatters, and this one, of course, is stripes, and this one's splatters. I am going to be using these in a few minutes, and these fit perfectly through this machine. So, but your bigger embossing folders will not work with this. So I always tell anybody, if you can only afford one machine, spend the money on the big one, because you're going to have a lot more options with it than you would the small one. But if your budget only allows you a small one, or if you just want to add a small one for your desktop to use when you're doing something small, then this is perfect. And I say grab it, because with it being on sale, it is a great time to get it. Let me go ahead and put this back together. I try to keep my little plates together, so I keep a rubber band around them, and so I keep everything together. And like I said, it is identical to the big one, and it is just, if you love little things, you're going to love this. I mean, look at my hands on it. My 2 hands cover it, so it's tiny. And I am going to be giving away one of these when I reach 5,000. So I know I got a long ways to go, but you know, any of us can always use another die cut machine. So I hope I answered your questions, Beverly. I hope that's what you were asking. All right. Now where was I? I had cut my piece. What did I do with it? Okay. I've gotten miscombobulated, y'all. Y'all know that's very easy for me to do, right? And there's my card base. Now I wonder if I picked it up with this. Nope. Alright, we might have to cut that dome out again because I can't find my piece. Oh my word. How can you lose something that was just in front of you? I'm looking to see if I had dropped it and if it's down here with my puppy dogs that stay under my feet. Oh, that's good. That's what, oh, it's on my die machine. It was on my big die machine. I haven't gone completely crazy, y'all. I just look like I have. Okay, what we're going to do at this point, I want to emboss this, and I am going to use that small embossing folder because I think these splatters are just super, super cute. And I used it on this one, but they didn't show up as well on the white. I don't know if y'all are seeing that. But anyway, I'm going to try it on the black. But I like to cut my piece first and then put my piece in and go ahead and emboss it. So I'm going to line that up, close it down. Now this is a single embossing folder. It's not a 3D. I am bringing back my big boy because this is my my machine of choice. I'm going to put my 1 plate and a 3 plate, and then I'm going to put my embossing folder with the cardstock in it and a number 3 plate over top of it, just like that. Now if it was a 3D embossing folder, I would not use either of the 3 plates. Oh wait a minute, you know what? I think I did that wrong. No, I didn't. Okay. 2 number 3s and the embossing folder. Is that a 3D? It is a 3D. That's why it's not going through, y'all. Ah. Okay. You know, I just need to back completely up and regroup because today is not going as planned. Let me grab my number 4 plate because when you're doing a 3D embossing folder, you only need your 1 and 4. So, number 1, your embossing folder with your cardstock and your number 4 plate. So, and now this should go through like butter. There we go. And now I can put that back over there. You know, I have to admit to y'all, even though I am amongst friends, I still get very nervous when I do lives, and I find myself being just a little bit. So just bear with me and we'll get through this. Alright, what I want to do next is I want to turn this over and I'm going to grab one of my domes. Now these come wrapped in a nice little plastic piece that keeps them from getting scratched up or anything. And you want to make sure you just have one. These have adhesive on the front and the back, and that's what makes these so easy to make shaker cards with. And Stampin' Up, I cannot sing the praises enough because they think of everything. Just about every time a catalog comes out, they will have a die set that coordinates with their dome shakers. And these work out beautifully. Now where the dome is lifted up, I'm going to take that adhesive off there first because I want that when I drop this in like this, I want that to go in just like that. So I want that to stick first. Does that make, I hope that makes sense. Yeah, and that's my right side. Okay. So I'm going to take it off of the front of the dome first, and I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool just to lift up the edge of that, and see, it just comes right off. So easy. And then I am going to pick this up, and I am going to lay it down on my work surface. I'm going to line it up, because what I want to do is I want to make sure that I'm getting this centered right over top of it. Just like that. I'm going to press it down. And yes, we're going to have a little sticky right there, but that's going to get covered, so don't worry about that showing. I think Alicia misplaced her dome somewhere in her craft room, and I can relate to that. Jennifer can attest to the fact how many times has she talked to me in the mornings, and I would be in here hunting something, looking everywhere for it. So I still have not found Baby Jesus. I bought a stamp set years ago from May, and the Baby Jesus was so tiny. I kid you not, he was about like that. And I lost Baby Jesus. I threw the stamp set away, and I literally bought another one, because what good is a nativity scene without the Baby Jesus? I know that sounds horrible that I lost Baby Jesus, but I did. Now what I want to do is I want to turn this over, and I am going to get my little gumballs. And this is where you want to really be careful, because you can spill these things. I did yesterday. They went everywhere. There goes one rolling across my desk. You know what would really work good here is a spoon. And I think I have a spoon. I've got them in my embossing powders, but I don't want to take it out of there because I don't want to get embossing powder. Oh, I did have a spoon. Oh well. I'll do it like this. We'll just try to be as careful. You can see one of these little things will do bukus of shaker cards. And I'm being pretty, I have had more bogus calls coming in on my phone today. I'm being very generous with this. Verizon lets me know now when it's a spam call, so I don't have to worry about, being afraid that I'm getting spammed or whatever, which is great. Now I'm going to take another little piece of black, because I want to cover this with black. I'm going to cut this down, and I'm going to, this piece I did not put on the measurements, Jen, but I'm going to cut this about 2 3/4. Let's make sure 2 and, actually you can do 2.5 by 2 1/4. So I'm going to cut this down to 2.5 by 2 1/4. And this was just a scrap. So 2.5 by 2 1/4. I'm just going to do 2.5 by 2.5. I don't think it's going to matter. I just want to make sure that I'm covering this entire dome back here. And that's what's going to hold in my gumballs, or my little gems. Now this is where you're going to want to be very careful. Taking the backer off of this, you don't want it to pop and throw these pieces out everywhere. So I'm just getting my finger under it. I'll peel it off very gently, just like that. And then I'm going to take this piece and just set it right over top of it. I'll turn that over and press that down really good. Just like that. Now you can see that our bottom portion of our gumball machine, and I'm going to show y'all how I did this. I just stamped this with, do y'all want me to stamp this and show you? I mean, it was very simple. All I'd done was took a scrap piece of Poppy Parade. I stamped this in the Memento Tuxedo Black ink, and then I took the die that cuts that out, which is, what did I do with my dies? Which was this piece right here. And I just set this down over top like that, and I use that die to cut that out. So that's how simple that was. And it cuts this piece so that it raises up, it scores it right there, and it even gives you a little split right there. So once I did that, then my next piece, and let me find it. What did I do with it? Here we go. This piece, I actually use this die, and it cuts it and embosses it. And that's what that piece looks like. And when you cut it on your foil paper, it looks like this, which I think is pretty. Now you could very easily just stamp it and leave it like that, but I got this on foam adhesive dots, the Stampin' Dimensionals. I didn't show y'all that. But you know what? I'm going to put a little bit of glue on these to make sure they hold. So I'm just going to use some liquid glue. Just like that. The reason I'm putting glue on them, normally I would not, but I have stuck these and stuck them and stuck them and raised them back up several times over. So I just want to make sure that this stays adhered where I put it. I don't think anything would be any more embarrassing than to send somebody a card and it fall apart. So I'm pressing, pressing, pressing. And now we are ready to put this right here. Now you can do one of two things. This one I actually foamed the whole piece up, but since I foamed up this part, I'm going to put this piece directly down. So I'm just going to put glue on the back of it and just glue it directly down to the back, to our black embossed piece. Just like that. And I'm going to take hold of it here because I want to slide it right up to that gumball, or the top of our little dome. A little bit of oozing, but that's okay. I'd rather have too much glue than not enough. Not too bad. I'm going to take my Take Your Pick tool and just press right in there. Your Take Your Pick tool has a spatula on the other end, so if you ever need to lift something or to get up underneath something, and it's flexible. See how flexible that is? So for any of you that have a Take Your Pick tool but haven't used anything but the pokey end of it, just want to let you know that this is great for sliding up underneath, like if you glued something down and you needed to lift it back up. This is a great tool for that. And you also have stylists that come with this as well. So it's a very versatile tool. I also did the little cap, and this is the cap. This is the die that cuts the little cap that goes on the top, and there's a stamp set that has a stamp for it, and that's this little piece right here. So I did the same thing. I stamped it in black on Poppy Parade. I die cut it with this little die cut, and I'm gonna pop this right here. But this one, I think I do want it on dimensionals, so I am gonna grab my minis. I think it calls for the minis, and I am going to use my Take Your Pick for it because they're easier to manipulate because they're tiny. But I love them. I love having the little tiny Stampin' Dimensionals. You don't have to cut your big ones up, and they are so nice to have when you've got a little tiny. Now I have done stems where I have cut these in half. I'll make sure I got them all off of all of it. So now I'm going to take this piece, and if you notice, we're building everything on top of our panel. So there's the top of our gumball machine. I mean, this is just, it's a lot of little steps and pieces, but it is very easy to make. This is not a hard card. For it to be a beautiful little shaker card, I think it's very easy. So I cut 2 strips, and this came from the paper called Pattern Party. This is, I love this pack of paper. This pack of paper is so, I mean, it is very generous. Beautiful patterns in here. You got a lot of black and whites. You got a lot of colored pieces. It is absolutely, look at that. We all love our black and white plaid. There is just some beautiful paper in this pack. This pack of paper, you can get it free as a host gift if you place an order of $300 or more, or if you host a you want to host a virtual stamping party and you get orders up to $300, you can get that for free. Just thought I would throw that out there. I use that pack of paper a lot because it is so pretty. Now I'm going to bring in my white card base, and I want to glue these 2 pieces down, but I want a little border to show on each side of it, left and right. It's going to go from the top and the bottom because I cut it to fit that way. But I want to bring it over so I'm getting just a tiny little border of white. And then we're going to sit this down in the middle and see how that's going to make everything just really pop. I love using that little border on the side like that. I think it's so pretty. I got glue on my fingers, y'all. And I hate having sticky fingers. I think I'm going to grab my Stampin' Seal for this. I hope y'all enjoyed my tutorial on using the Stampin' Seal. I've had some positive feedback, but you just cannot press hard and you've got to turn your wrist up. So with just a butterfly touch and turn your wrist up, a butterfly touch and pull your wrist up, and it works good every time. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my card this way, making sure it's opening the right direction. And I am going to lay this from the top to the bottom, making sure I'm keeping my little border the same all the way down. Then I'm going to turn it this way, and I'm going to do the same thing. Are y'all seeing me? If I get out of frame, Jennifer, you yell at me. I have Jennifer in my ear. So... oh, well, I had Jennifer in my ear, and oh, there she is. I lost you, Jennifer. She meant to mute me, and she hit the end call button instead, so okay. All right, so I am going to put this one down the same way, all the way up to the top, but being very conscious of my little 1/8 of an inch border all the way down. So there's our card base. So now for this one, and you can see everything is so well enclosed in here that these are not coming out. And that's always the thing with a shaker card. I remember my first shaker card, I shook it and sequins and beads and all kinds of stuff went flying everywhere. I thought, that didn't work. And I was devastated. Yes, Jennifer's telling me she remembers that. It was at one of the Made It Con that I went to in Pigeon Forge. And I was devastated. I was like, oh no, my shaker card didn't work. So, I have since then grew quite a bit in my crafting, because that was back, what, 17, 18, something like that. And I had done, I'd done lots of paper crafting, but I had not done shaker cards. And I'm going to bring that up to the top, and I'm going to probably cut this card off just a hair, because it looks like this piece, I know what happened. I had it the right size, and when I embossed it, it pulled it up. So I am short just a tiny bit right across the bottom. But you know what? That's why we have paper trimmers. And see this, that little tiny bit. That probably wouldn't bother some people, but it does bother me. And a lot of that is just over the fact that sometimes I am a bit of a perfectionist, even though things that I do are very rarely perfect. if I can make it look like it's perfect, then that's definitely my gold. And I'll put that on upside down, y'all. Okay, let's see if we can get this up. I just told y'all to be careful and make sure you put that down the right way. And what did I do? Oh, yes. We need it to go on this way, not the other way. I can't believe I did that. I told y'all I am a total mess today. I probably should not have done a live today. Okay. I think we got that. I might have to stick a little bit more glue under the edges, but I'm gonna open it and kind of press here. Like that. All right. I was going to do 2 of these, but I think I would be a little overzealous to do 2 of them, but I do have a white strip. I need to cut that down. I have 2 pieces of lighter cardstock that I'm going to put here and here, and I will make this card and post it on our Facebook group page so you can see both of them. So when I post this live over there, I will make this card and have it posted too. I'm actually thinking about using the black gumball machine on this one. I think it would be beautiful, and I might just stamp it. I've got a black dome that we cut out, so I may just do that. I may do the black dome and put the piece over it, fill it up with gumballs, and let it ride like that. I think that's pretty too, and I think that black will really offset this part and just overlook the fact that my pieces aren't cut the same size. Go ahead. The pattern party paper. Oh, thank you, Leisha. All right, let me look. Okay, I'll show you where that pattern paper is. It is on page 171, and it's called Pattern Party. It's under where it says Host and Earn. It's on page 171, and anybody wants to pop that number in for me, it's 155426, and there it is right there. And it is 155426. Thank you so much, Alicia. Jennifer doesn't have a catalog, so it does help that you are familiar. Yeah, you are more than welcome. Thank you. Hey, are you finding out, Alicia, that this is not as hard to do as you thought it would be? It really isn't, because I try my best to make this so simple for my moderators. I send you everything you're going to need, measurements, everything. Hey, Connie, how are you? Good morning to you. It is actually it is still morning here, but it's getting close to the noon hour. So, but anyway, like I said, I'm going to put this one together and have it on my channel, or on my YouTube channel, my Facebook page. I'll get it out in a minute. But I think that's going to be really pretty too. In fact, I think we could probably do an entire base of this polka dot paper and put it completely on that. What I might do is just put this together and set the machine on top of it, something like that. Isn't that pretty? I love the one. Let me get y'all over where you can see it. I like that. I really do like that. I may do that. I may cut another piece of that pattern party paper in this little polka dot and use it. Listen, I love that sound. I love my little... I love it. So y'all let me know what you think. I really think it added by stamping on this. We still need to add some embellishments. For any of you that was totally in love with this black and white gingham ribbon, it is still available. You can still order this. So I think I did put the number for this, didn't I, Jennifer and Alicia? This is such cute ribbon. I have bought 2 rolls of it, and I think before it does go away, I'm going to grab another roll because I love this. I used this on some of the ornaments that I sent to some of my girls, my girls that are under me. I used this on some of the ornaments, and it was absolutely beautiful. Let's get our little, oh, that's not good. I was using way too much of this. Thank you. Jennifer's letting me know what's going on. I may have to put Alicia and Jennifer on a 3-way call with me when I'm doing this so that both of my moderators can talk to me. Of course, I may not get anything done because me and Jennifer can definitely hold our end of a conversation, and me and Alicia, we talk real often, and we can stay on the phone for hours, can't we, girl? I'm telling you what. But you know, I have been so blessed because I have made such good friends through my YouTube channel and my Stampin' Up, and I could not be more blessed with my group of crafters. Y'all all mean the world to me, and I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for always supporting me and always being here for my lives and leaving comments, giving me thumbs up on my videos. All of that just really does mean so much. So I'm gonna trim that off about there and about there. And I need to decide, do I want to put my bow here or do I want to put my little bow up here? I don't know. I think my bow would look better on the black and white one. Let's try something different. Let me grab some red ribbon because, girl, I love me some red. I love red. Where is that roll that's already open? You know, I really need something smaller, and I think I'm going to grab this. I did not put this on the list because I had no idea I was going to use it. This, it's not going to go with the Poppy Parade. It would look cute on this, but it's because it is real red. See, it matches that. And, you know, a lot of times you don't even realize that the Poppy Parade is, you know, I don't know that it's going to make that much difference. Let's try it and see. I'm going to cut off a piece about yay long. When I say yay long, that's probably about 20 inches. And I'm going to do one of my little finger bows where I just loop it, loop it, loop it. I'm going to go in through my fingers right here. Grab that end. Let that come through the middle of my fingers right there. And then bring this through that loop. It looks hard, but it really isn't once you do this. And I have a video on my channel that shows how to do one of these. And then just pull it, pull it, pull it. Pull it off of your fingers like that. And you got a beautiful little double loop bow. I'll pull that tail down like that, and I'm going to trim that off. I still want it on that other card. I still want it on this one. You know what? It's my card, so I'm going to put a bow right there. I like that. What do y'all think? Hey, Carmina. How are you? I like that bow better. Do y'all like that one? I'm going to get a glue dot, and I am going to smush it into my glue dot, and then pick it up, and then I'm going to tuck it right up under the edge of that gumball machine, or that little dome. Again, I'm going to take my Take Your Pick tool where I can really press it in, and there is our little loop bow. Who says you can't have a bow on your gumball machine? We as crafters can have anything anywhere we want it because we make it. Isn't that right? Even if we put our card together upside down, we can still do it. And now it looks like I need to trim that edge off. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to do a little scissor trim. My scissors always scare me. And I'm cutting through quite a few layers. Yeah, see, I do much better with my trimmer. Now I've got to even it up with my trimmer. I keep whittling away. I'm not going to have a card left. And I know y'all done this too. I know you have. We all have done this. Okay, I got all kinds of trash on my desk now. That's okay. I always say you're not having fun if you're not making a mess. Don't y'all agree? And like I said, I'm going to work on this other card, and when I post, I'm going to post all 3 pictures of these cards under the video when I post my my live over there. So some people that don't get to watch it, they don't think to come back to my channel to catch the lives. So I will always try to post all my videos over there. But here goes our cards, y'all. What do y'all think? Are y'all loving that Gumball machine dies and Gumball greetings as much as I am? Now this one is going to need a greeting, and I haven't decided. I'm thinking I might do like the word happy and birthday. There's something about this Gumball machine that just screams happy birthday to me. And then this one, I used a happy birthday, and this happy birthday came from the cutest stamp set. And this is one that's kind of gone overlooked. Let me, oh, what did I do with it? I had it out just a moment ago because I took it out and I stamped all those happy birthdays. It is called y'all bear with me. I'll be back. I'm down here digging in stamp sets. So, from all of us. The name of it finally came to me. This is such a stinking cute stamp set. This is one that if you love to color, it would be a great stamp set. Now I've got stuff in my, I had forgot that I had worked on this a while back. When I opened it up, look what I got. We think you're the best. I remember coloring this, and I was going to do a live with it, and then my live started messing up, and I never did. I did one where I did my Bear pink, and I did one where I did my Bear brown. I had cut trees out, and I had done backgrounds. So I was really working on this one. I may have to pull that out and revisit it because it is such a cute stamp set. Look at those little critters. That ostrich has so much personality. Look at her. And if you notice on the cards, I gave her polka dots. She just needed polka dots. I did that one in Highland Heather and Rich Razzleberry, I think. And this one I did it in the Highland Heather and pink. I think that was the polished pink. But I just thought they were so adorable. So adorable. I don't know if that's an ostrich or if it's a duck or if it's, I'm not sure what it is, but I thought they were just super cute. I think color-wise this was probably my favorite. I don't know why. I've never seen a pink bear, but I've never seen a blue bear either, unless you go to Build-A-Bear workshop and then you see them in all colors. So there you go. Anyway, I'm not going to hold y'all any longer. I want to finish this card. I need to go grab me a bite of lunch, and I need to let Jennifer go because she's got to take a friend of hers to the doctor. So she stayed long enough to do this with me. Thank you so much for joining me. Let me pop myself back over so I can see everybody. Transition. Oh, yes, I need to do a drawing for that other stamp set, y'all. Remember I told y'all that I would, let me announce next week, I did not pull the names from the, I did not pull the names. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. After this video is over, Oh, okay, Kathy. I'm sorry you got to go. After this live is over, I'm going to go and pull the names, and I'm going to put up a simple little video. It's not going to be live. It's just going to be a little recorded video. It's going to be all of maybe 5 minutes long, and I will draw the winner for this, and I will show y'all what the prize next week will be for the live. So, that's what I'll do. As soon as this is finished, I will do that. I'll make sure everything gets posted for these cards into the description underneath this live. And thank y'all so much. And as I always say in closing, let everything that you do and say bring glory to our Father in heaven. He is so worthy of our praise, our honor, our love, and our heart. So think about that every time you open your mouth, every time that you lose your temper, every time that you just don't feel good and you snap at someone. Just think about, would Jesus be pleased with my actions? And if it's no, then apologize and try to do better next time. I'm guilty of it. We all are. I love you guys so much. Until we craft again, God bless and keep you. Mwah. Bye-bye.